right, here we go. Tier 1 Cup Final, BC High School Boys Sevens Championships. Defending champs, St. George's Saints taking on Earl Marriott Secondary Mariners. Saints in red, Mariners in white. I got a lineup for the Saints. No roster, unfortunately, for Earl Marriott. So the play-by-play call will be a little one-sided. But I expect a good two-sided contest in this final. St. George's running the table in the Tier 1, looking strong all weekend. Earl Marriott, very worthy challengers here. As we wait for a referee out in the middle. We're going to try to mic the referee up as well. Hopefully we can patch that through. Brett Hay, our referee. And we're underway here in the Cup Final game. Chris Bonner wearing the 14 over 2. Noah King slightly off screen. We'll try to keep up as they move the ball quickly from left to right. Do the Saints. Pip Blado. King now to his left, looking for a gap. Atkinson. Ball's turned over. Now EMS have it. Bit of a slip, but good work there. The offload, though, not going to hand. Not rolling away at the tackle, and St. George's are going to have, sorry, not releasing, I should say, and St. George's now on the attack. Upfield looking for the offload into Atkinson. Check that, Bonner wearing the 14 kit. He is swarmed right on the 22-meter line. St. George's looking to recycle it quickly and do. They play it forward. Now into the hands of Matheson. And confidently dotted down by Will Souter, who escaped the defense and just escaped our camera as well. I apologize. And we have the first try of the game in the favor of St. George's Saints. They lead 5-0. 2 minutes into this Cup Final match. As the St. George's Saints look to defend their 2015 Boys Sevens title once again here on home ground. BC Rugby would like to say thank you to St. George's School for hosting this tournament here this weekend. Great facilities and excellent job from their staff here as well as the volunteers, and also big thanks to our referees for coming out. They've put in a lot of hours for club season, boys and girls, high school 15s. This tournament, Abbotsford Sevens, Vancouver Sevens, and Mariloma coming up. There's just lots and lots of rugby happening, and it's all possible thanks to the referees who are out here officiating these games. BC Rugby applauds them, and we get back underway as Sauter lifts that one high. Smith unable to come down with that one for Earl Marriott. Big tackle coming in from Michael Smith. The ball is knocked on thanks to the heavy contact. So good work there for the man in the number 2 kit for Earl Marriott Secondary, who will be trying out for both the BC under 18 and BC under 19 teams if things go his way this summer. One of the bright talents in the BC Rugby high school age group, and having recently earned a scholarship to the University of British Columbia, where he will be playing for the Thunderbirds in the years to come as the defending Roundsfeld Cup champions reload once again for another title shot, and Smith will be a good acquisition for them. There he is once more in screen. You see the strength shown by Smith, who spent a lot of time in the gym in the last 12 months. And he is hungry for the ball. Earl Marriott not able to get some go-forward ball just yet, but certainly doing some spade work in defense, shutting down that Saints attack. About a minute to go here in the first half of this Cup final game. Great attacking run here, and a step over. Tackle just avoided. And Earl Marriott are on the board. The conversion right underneath the sticks sends them in front. Score now 7-5 in favor of the Mariners. That try built on the hard work in defense by the boys in white. And it didn't take much of a gap for our number 9 to race through. The Saints paying the price for a slight lapse at attention in defense. And as we get ready for halftime in just a few seconds, this game is definitely in the balance. We're playing 7-minute halves in the final. And it should be an exciting second half to finish off this championship game. Still a few more seconds to play here, though, in the first frame. Earl Marriott looking for a couple more points. That pass maybe forward. Nope, play on, says our referee. That time it's definitely spilled forward. It's turned over, and the whistle goes for the knock-on. Time for another play here as the scrum will be coming well inside the Saints 22. Pitblado with the feed. It goes right through the tunnel. He'll scoop it up on the other side. Now to Souter. Bonner on the outside wing trying to fend his man, but has to cut back inside. Sauter thought about passing. It's tipped backwards, and just staying in possession are Saints, still deep in their own side of 22. Not the kind of position they want to be in to wrap up the half. This is risky, running it out from deep in their own end. But the knock-on brings the whistle for halftime, and the score at the break. Earl Marriott Mariners 7, St. George's Saints 5, as we get ready for the concluding 7 minutes of this boys rugby high school 7th season. Defending champs, down by a pair. We'll be back in just a minute. Second half now underway as we play for the cup at the BC High School Boys Rugby 7 Provincial Championships. Earl Marriott falling behind in the first couple minutes, but responding before the break to take a 7-5 lead here in this cup final game and looking for more. Good offload there to keep the play alive for the Mariners. This is players off their feet, but it's going to be taken. The play continues. I thought we might see a stoppage there, but it goes right on. And a try scored by Earl Marriott's number 8. And that creates an interesting dynamic here in this early going of the second half. Earl Marriott now leading by a score of 12-5, and this conversion, an important one coming up. Conversion no good. So just a single converted try separating these two teams with 6 minutes to play. And Earl Marriott in a very enviable position over the defending champs. Got time off as some substitutions are made. Looks like Quan coming on for St. George's. That kick not traveling 10 meters on the restart. Pip Blado, the scrum half. Very creative line being run, finally throwing that out to his right. Heavy hit as Atkinson is dumped. Marriott trying to turn it over. It looks like they have. Need to stay strong here in the breakdown, and they've secured at least a put in at the scrum. Once again, the defense shining through for Earl Marriott secondary, as that has been their strength in this game, has been that very strong defense. It's causing fits for St. George's as the Saints continue 7 points adrift with about 5 minutes to play. We'll scrum down once again, and these are precious seconds for the St. George's Saints. Ticking off the clock. Under 4 minutes to go. And this could finish the game for the Mariners. Long way to run, though. Pit Blado in pursuit. And a length of the field try scored for the Mariners, as their number 3 waits, continues to wait. He'll run a few more seconds off the clock and now dots down, and that puts EMS up 17-5. And a very tall task now for the defending champs. Conversion to come as well, right underneath the sticks. Struck through, and you get the feeling that'll be too far for the Saints to come back, as Earl Marriott had a very disappointing result in the semifinal of their boys 15s championships against Shawnigan Lake. Not the conclusion to the 15s season that they were hoping for, but a chance for redemption here in the 7th circuit. About 2.5 minutes left to play. St. George's need everything to go their way in the final 2 minutes if they hope to defend their title. Good decision to kick it downfield. They'll get a roll. That's about as good as you can hope for from there. Our try scorer, number 9. Looking to run it out himself. Good pass out to the winger. More space down that far side. The tackle is missed. And the Mariners are going to wrap up this boys high school sevens championship. A couple seconds still left on the clock. But that should do it as far as the outcome goes, leading 24-5 with just a few seconds to play. And a brilliant game in defense for Earl Marriott and taking advantage of the opportunities they were given by that strength in defense to score points on the opposite end. Heart and determination so important in winning a game of rugby sevens. It's not just about running fast, speed to the outside. A lot of it is just will and determination, and the hardest thing about sevens is just finding the strength to make those tackles when the lungs are burning. And the Mariners doing a tremendous job of containing and bottling up the St. George's Saints and making sure that ball didn't get out wide to their wingers in space. As the Mariners look to put the finishing touches on this match, leading 26-5, that ball not traveling 10 on the restart. We'll go back to the middle. Good looking try in response from Fody. And the conversion from Cher off the mark. And that's the final whistle. Earl Marriott secondary. Mariners are your BC boys high school sevens champions for 2016. They win this game by a score of 26-10. And so we have new champions this season as the 2015 Cup winners knocked off by a tenacious EMS Mariners side who won this game on defense, really. And were very impressive in the counterattack, very impressive at the breakdown. And just a couple of lapses on defense by the Saints, exploited by the Mariners. We got one more game to go before we wrap up our coverage here of the BC High School Sevens as the Tier 2 final taking place between RE Mountain. And who are RE Mountain playing? GW Graham, I believe? No, that's not true. I'll go back and check that. It's been a lot of rugby in the last couple of days here. Rutland, that's right. Rutland are in the final against RE Mountain, and that's coming up in just a minute. So stay with us for our continued coverage. But the Tier 1 championship here at the BC High School Rugby Sevens Provincial Finals won by the Earl Marriott Mariners as they continue to celebrate what has been a very successful Rugby Sevens seasons for them. Congratulations to them, your 2016 champions.